Imagine getting decades in prison, not for violence, but for small, nonviolent drug sales that might have made you $5. Now imagine that happening over and over in the same neighborhoods, mainly poor Black and Hispanic communities, until almost every family knows someone who's been taken away. That's not a movie. That's how our sentencing system really works in America and in Florida. Across the country, Black Americans are incarcerated in state prisons at nearly 5 times the rate of white Americans, and Latin people are also disproportionately locked up. One report found that 1 in 5 Black men born in 2001 is likely to experience imprisonment in his lifetime. A big driver of this is how we punish nonviolent drug offenses. Drug convictions still put more than 360,000 people behind bars every year. And on the federal level, we have things like career offender guidelines, where if someone has 2 prior drug felonies, their new sentence can jump to the highest criminal history category, pushing them at times to 30 years to life for a nonviolent crime. In Florida, we layer our own habitual offender laws, Florida Statute 775.084, where if the person is labeled a habitual offender, he can get up to twice the normal maximum sentence. In real life, that means a person who caught small street level drug cases when they were young can be treated like a career criminal later and end up serving decades for conduct that never involved violence. And because enforcement is heaviest in poor Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, those communities pay the highest prices. So, why should we care? Over incarceration doesn't just punish an individual, it breaks families, drains neighborhoods of workers and parents, and keeps people locked out of jobs and housing when they come home. Research shows these extreme sentences for nonviolent drug crimes do not make us safer, but they guarantee that Black and Hispanic communities stay over policed, over punished, and under resourced. We should want a system that targets violence, not poverty, and that treats addiction and small time drug activity with treatment and opportunity, not a life sentence and a prison number. So, what can we actually do? We're not lawmakers, but we're not powerless. Educate yourself and others. Share facts about racial disparities and sentencing enhancements with others. Support reform organizations that work on changing laws like federal career offender rules and Florida habitual offender enhancements, especially when applied to nonviolent drug cases. Contact your local and state representatives. Let them know that you support these reforms to reduce or eliminate mandatory minimums for nonviolent drug offenses and limit career offender and 3 strike statutes. Invest in treatment, education, and jobs instead of just more prison beds. And vote with this in mind when you pick sheriffs, prosecutors, judges, and legislators. My ask is very simple. Next time you hear 3 strikes, don't picture a movie villain, picture a real person from a poor Black or Hispanic neighborhood who may have sold drugs to survive and is now doing decades in prison. If we want safer communities in Florida and across the country, we need to stop treating poverty and addiction like crimes that deserve a lifetime behind bars and start building a system that values humanity. Thank you.